Hey guys, just want to briefly touch base. Another week has gone by, moving into a new week. What we're looking at here is the XJO on the ASX 200. As you can see, these sort of moves here. Last week it had a stellar week on the 200, whereas we broke through that sort of 5,800 resistance, which was quite a strong break, and it still looks quite bullish on the weekly chart to move through and have a consistent strong week again. So that poise as well. The Dow Jones had a great week last week as well. That's all too important for us. Just touching base on a few things that we'd been trending and trading as of last week. We'll start on Dub. We put this on last week, as we can see, around these sort of 36 to 38 sort of levels. It's had a nice move up last week and settled down at 43. Very, very, very happy with the way that Dub's moving. I still think we've got some in it. I'd like to see Dub sort of break over this 100-day moving average and keep going up from there and sort of continue to trend up. If we have a look at the monthly chart here of where Dubs ended up, and I'll sort of spread this out for everyone to see. So we're sort of settled down the 43 cents here. I'm sort of expecting Dub to move up and settle around these sort of resistance levels, around the 47, the 48 mark, and then hover around there for a little while, and then hopefully make a move up. But from even a daily perspective, it looks quite good. It's had a nice move up over the last week, as we can see here. But 7 to 8% in a week we've taken on Dub, and that's a really, really, really great return, and would like to continue to keep doing that here. So everybody profits. The next one I want to look at that hasn't done so well is PRU. Perseus Mining is one that I put on the other week, and I keep reading and I keep looking about where Perseus Mining is and what's going on with it, because it's hovered around these levels, and my apologies, it's hovered around these levels, and it keeps doing so. It's been doing this for quite some time. It's had these fluctuations of these up and down spills, and the volumes pretty much remain consistent. I've looked at their reports, and it seems like things are starting to heat up for me. Yet the share price isn't really reflecting that. This is a game of patience. So I would like to see us continue to be patient. I haven't put it on as a sell yet and taken any losses on this one. And one of the reasons why is my sort of resistance here is around that 32 sort of level, and that's where it's really been hovering. Now, if we look at this Perseus Mining on a monthly chart, I still like this price action here. And if we look at the history behind it, I can't see it really getting too much lower. And and rinse repeat sort of sector, in the fact of Perseus Mining has had these sort of patterns before, and this does require a firm reliance on patience. So I think if we can hold it around this sort of 32 levels, I think Perseus is going to make quite a move up. And being in it, all members, I think we stand to profit from this one. So please be patient with me on this one, and I think will in due course be rewarded. The next one I want to run over is, let's have a look. What have we been trading? Is APT. I'm going to leave APT on again this week, not to take any profits on this. I just think it's just ridiculous. Like, this is a monthly chart, so it's probably not a good true reflection of what's going on. But this is a daily chart, and oh my god, the move on APT is crazy. I was at the shopping centre today, and every single shop had an afterpay sign on it. A Facebook post on an associate that I know from school was telling their friends and family how much they love Afterpay and how good is it that they've discovered it. These types of businesses, when you see these things out there, you want to be on, because that type of vocal terminology and reward when people are sharing the successes of a business and how they appreciate utilizing the products is, that's something money can't buy. So it's important to be along with the ride. Um, and I'm very happy of where APT is going, guys. I really, really am. We could see a little bit of a pullback next week, but we're in so much profit segment here. I think it's important that we continue to keep trending this the way that it's flying. So let's stay in it and see how we go again next week. But from an overall perspective, we're well and truly well over 45% up on APT, on Afterpay, from the time of initial discussion. And this weekly chart here looks absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Another one we wanted to have a quick look at was Linus Resources. Again, Linus last week was a little bit sort of confused as to what's going on. They dumped a fair bit of bonds, convertible bonds on the market, which causes further dilution. The chart within itself doesn't look great, even on a weekly basis. There's still lower highs on the weekly, which is a positive sign. We have dipped below this 30-day moving average. Not always good, but fundamentally the company's very, very strong. All I can say here is we are in quite a fair bit of profit. I really like the story. The company's bank balances from the last quarterly are continuing to grow. So if you can and able to pick up more around these sort of levels, I'm certainly not going to say average down, but it's averaging up, because you should be in profit at these sort of levels. If you can get it anywhere around the 19, 18 sort of cents mark, again, we're going to be rewarded for it. I'd like to see it move up prior to its consolidation at the end of November. That would be lovely going into it, but it may not happen. They might keep converting a lot of these debt, which is probably not the silliest idea in the world, to be honest. So, Linus has got a long future, and I think we could certainly be looking at a doubled share price at some period of time in the near future. One I want to also have a discussion about is Bub. I have put Bub on as a buy a few days ago. I'm liking the trading patterns of where Bub's at. Now, everyone probably would have seen the baby formula milk. Well, Bub's got the goat's milk going on. It's quite popular. The Chinese love it. The sector's hot. This creates sentiment and creates nice sort of share price rises like this. There is short supply from a stock perspective, which means the book's low. So it always comes down to supply and demand. So any sort of move up is always quite a good one. And Bub's got a history of doing that quite quickly. So I have put Bub on as a buy. It didn't move up straight away the next day, but I'd like to see it have a pretty good week over the next couple of weeks here and move into new highs and maybe sort of get somewhere around that 75 to 80 cent sort of mark. What I wanted to put on for this week that I wanted to have a discussion about is Flight Centre. This is quite a larger cap. Everyone knows Flight Centre, but the chart is just looking spectacular, guys. It's got a long history of ups and downs, quite a more ups and downs, but at the moment it's just looking really, really positive. So if you can buy it sort of around this $47 mark, anything under would be absolutely amazing. But if you can buy it around this $47 mark, I think you'll also be rewarded, and we could be taking somewhere between 5 to 8% over the course of a period of a week. So let's see how we go on Flight Centre. Not really too much else to discuss, I don't think, guys. But Titomic looks like it's doing what I thought it would do. It's going to consolidate around these sort of levels. So don't stress too much. Your money's certainly safe in such a great new technology. So they'll eventually release something. Hopefully, it's by the end of the year, and we'll see a nice next move up for Titomic. So money's safe in there, guys. So be patient. I think that's really about it, to be honest. I think that's sort of where we're at. All right, so have a good night, guys. Appreciate your time and touch back next week. Have a good week and I hope we all profit well. Cheers.